The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. Could always use a new pair of shoes.
Oh, so I guess this is reviewparty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
This is the only podcast on the internet that's reviewing reviews to the black belt sort of situation that we're doing it. Other shows might have review in the title, and they're great shows, but hey.
It's okay.
This is the reviewparty.com.
We go so hard, it's a party.
When we like to party, yeah, we party hard, as Andrew WK once said. Matt, this is episode 69 of reviewparty.com.
Acceptable.
Nice, you might say. And I thought to celebrate, I'd tell a quick story. I haven't done that in quite a while, so this is a bit of a resurrection.
I'm always down for a resurrection.
Erection, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
You'll know why in a moment. So at work the other day, I worked a mid shift. I was leaving at 7 or 8. I talked to my store manager. He knew I was leaving. I just had to do some things in front. He was in the back office, so I would see him to say goodbye. This is the homie manager before I leave.
Okay.
He knew I was about to clock out, and he was in the office, and I went in. This is a story of triumph. This is a story of one of the greatest rushes a man can feel in this modern age. So I go into the office and I say, "Oh, Brian, there's a customer looking for Ligma. Do we have that?" And he looks at me and he says, "What'd you say? What are they looking for?" I said, "Ligma." And he said, "Ligma? What's that?" And I began to shake. I looked him in the eye and I said, "Ligma balls!" and we shared a laugh. So yeah, nothing quite gets the blood pumping like a rare, successful Ligma joke, my friend.
Wow. Bravo. Yeah, you're a king of comedy.
Thank you. Yeah, I finally achieved.
Don't even need to do the episode because we can't top that.
I think people don't really listen for the comedy anyway. They listen for the banter.
That's true.
For the chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I told my wonderful story, why don't we get episode 69 going?
Okay. I'll start. I got some spicy ones. Well, I don't know if they're spicy, but they're of a different flavor this week.
Oh, really?
That's right. I have with me, believe it or not, a Ticketmaster review for the Backstreet Boys.
What year is this review? I must know.
2019, friend.
Ooh, the reunion tour that took place just before their sort of second reunion tour, except it wasn't the Backstreet Boys. It was a deadly virus. Anyway, I'm excited for this review.
Yeah, that tour that was a wild tour. Still going, I think. From what I can tell, this was their DNA tour. Although it's not name dropped in this review.
Districts, Nikes,
Adidas.
They were sponsored by two competing brands. That's what made this tour special.
Exactly. So this is a Ticketmaster review from KN, who saw the Backstreet Boys at the Neil S. Blasdell Arena in Honolulu. The boys made it out to Hawaii.
Hey, I'm sure they asked for that. They asked for that one special.
Probably like, we haven't toured in a while, man. We're going to need a break.
Hawaii, we'll do 2 nights and then give us 2 nights. You know what I'm saying?
Right. KN titles their review, "Talented Performers, but Music Too Loud to Hear Them." And KN writes, "Venue should have noted sections that were on ground or on risers. When I booked the ticket, I thought I was on the floor, like many other times when I booked in Section A. The last 2 recent events, same area booked and had great seats. But instead, we were on risers. I'm afraid of heights, and I booked seat number 1 to be on the end to ensure I could easily get out to go to the restroom. And instead, I was trapped at the edge of the risers 15 rows up, staring down. When the music got really loud, the risers shook like an earthquake, and I had to get untrapped. Had a bit of anxiety. I wouldn't have booked seats on risers had I known. I explained to the friendly staff, and they let me stand to the side, but then I wasn't with my friends, so that was a bummer. Parking good, staff friendly, bathroom mostly clean, 4 stars.
Well, I feel so bad for her. I'd be so
I do
excited
too.
to see the Backstreet Boys in their natural habitat, not the back street, like you might think it is.
It's the
But
stage.
in fact, the stage, right.
Under the lights. That's how they survive.
They're like lizards. They need the lights. You got to buy them a good light, or else they're just going to wither away.
Their dances are so boring when they're not under those hot lights.
That's the fan code word for when they're playing stuff from after the 90s.
Which has there been much recent Backstreet Boys music? Because one of the reviews was like, their music has spanned decades. And I'm sitting here thinking, are you sure?
I want to say after the two, there was the early 2000s they broke up, and then they got back together for some reunion stuff in the 10s. I don't know why. I don't know where this Backstreet Boys knowledge is coming from, but I have it for some reason. I want to say they did
Kiss FM or something.
I do like Kiss FM. Maybe they are keeping me in the loop while I'm only half listening. I want to say they did a Christmas album somewhere in there, dropped some singles, but then they had that big where they made a whole ass album a few years ago, probably before this tour.
Probably.
I haven't listened to it, but that's because I don't have high hopes for it.
I can't even claim to have that much knowledge on their discography.
I'm trying to fit in an I Want It That Way joke, and I can't find the spot. So let's keep going.
Okay. I'm interested in how raucous the boys are getting, that the risers are shaking such that it feels like an earthquake.
They're vibrating. I think that's what... Well, I mean, if I was some sort of evangelical, perhaps, I would think that their raw, sinful sexual energy is really causing the illusion of vibrations. That's just raw, boyish sin surging through the KN's body here.
Mm-hmm. They may be wearing all white, but the devil's in them. I tell you this.
When those boys start, even the gay one, oh no, that's in sync. When those boys start moving their hips, I could swear the rafters were vibrating.
Hang on. Is that a volcano? No. The boys are just on fire.
You could say they're larger than life. You could say, they're not even playing games with your heart. You know what I'm saying?
No, they quit that. Again, I don't know very much about Backstreet Boys. I wish I could make jokes, but
We're trying. I know there's a lot of Backstreet Boys fans in the audience, and I'm trying to do right by them with a really good I Want It That Way joke. You know how I want this bit to go?
That way.
I want it that way. I want it to have a I Want It That Way joke. Do you have a favorite Backstreet Boy? I know we've just said that we don't know anything, but you got to have a favorite.
God, the one who wore the cowboy hat, that's one of the Backstreet Boys, right?
I think that's a I think that's a Backstreet Boy.
The goatee and the cowboy hat.
Is that AJ or something? Was he the bad boy? I just know one of them's named as Howie, and he just looked not much going on behind the eyes.
Hang on.
An old Howie.
Nick Carter's in the Backstreet Boys, right?
Correct.
Okay, we got that much going for us.
He's not good enough to be in NSYNC.
Ouch.
Bazing. NSYNC, no hate on the Backstreet Boys. They definitely had some jamborees, but NSYNC had the JT. All right, Justin Timberlake went on to write a failure of a indie album in folk rock album in late 2000s. You know, we wouldn't have that without
pretty
NSYNC.
manly though.
Oh, is that the one where he's wearing the flannel on front?
He looks like
What a
dope.
goober.
He's had good, decent music though.
Oh yeah, I mean, had that sexy back.
He was in that Trolls movie, and Anna Kendrick. Mm-hmm.
His grandma dies in that movie.
What?
You've never seen Trolls?
No.
The reason why Justin Timberlake's character is such a grump, because all the other trolls are bright and happy and get their joy from singing and dancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Singing and dancing to trolls is sort of like oxygen to humans. Like, they just gotta do it.
Okay.
Or maybe shitting, something like that. But Branch, Justin Timberlake's character, does not like to sing or dance or even socialize. He's a pariah in the troll community. And it's because his grandma, who loved to sing so much, was eaten alive in front of his eyes as a child.
So they stole the plot line from Coco and made it worse.
Coco rules.
Coco does rule.
I think that's got to be the final note on this review. That's where we're at. Go watch Pixar's Coco, folks. That movie's fantastic. But I got a review, as long as we're moving and grooving here.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping you would.
You know, I scrounged up a couple this week. This particular one is from Amazon. It is for the Top Grills 69 Rainbow Grills Hip Hop 14K Gold Carat Plated Colorful Rainbow Vampire Fangs Top and Bottom Grills for women, men, for your teeth wrapper costume.
Just about to say for your teeth. So these are grills for your teeth.
Yeah, these are, I would say wrapper grills. These particular, I think, are called the 69 Rainbow Grills because they're supposed to look like Tekashi 6ix9ine's famous
I see.
rainbow grills that he wears while he snitches on all his friends. I have a review written by Alaskan Hockey Mom for these grills here. She titles it Not Worth the Trouble. Before I even took these out of the case, the plastic on the blue teeth, on the top and bottom, had fallen off. I have 3 boys that play hockey, and I have heated and molded a ridiculous number of mouth guards. This was so much more difficult than any mouth guard. I gave it 2 stars only because they made my son so happy. 2 stars.
Okay. I'm glad she brought it to hockey and mouth guards without us having to do that. Because it seemed very obvious for being an Alaskan hockey mom.
Right. No Alaskan hockey mom stones left unturned. You know, she really lived up to her name here.
I could smell the duffel bags.
So I'm thinking that these kids don't like hockey. I'm just going to put that out there.
Okay.
She's a hockey mom because she's willing to. These kids want to be SoundCloud rappers. You know, and she finally gave in and said, okay, you can have the grill. You can have the Tekashi 69 Rainbow Grill. They finally got a taste of something other than frickin' hockey that she makes them go to all day. And even though it was busted and looked stupid with the blue pieces out, they were so stoked. Because they had a taste, one single breath of culture outside of Alaskan hockey.
Yeah, I'm wondering how prominent these types of products are in Alaska.
Oh, so you think these may be some of the first grills that have crossed the border into the Alaskan tundra?
Yeah, unless like during some gold rush, Alaskan gold, they're taking up and making grills back in the 1850s. I don't know.
Yeah, some maybe some whalebone grills or something like that. Some what else they got? What's Alaska famous for? Whales and coal?
The tundra.
And getting stipends for living there?
Pretty much that, yeah. Maybe crabs, salmon.
Crab, salmon, driving trucks. I think Alaska's mostly famous for Discovery Channel shows. Discovery's making money out there.
Yes, the bush people.
The ice road truckers.
All those crazy people.
The dangerous catch.
Most dangerous. Yeah.
The next one's gonna be Alaskan hip hop hockey moms. That's the next Discovery Channel hit. Mild mannered hockey mom by day, SoundCloud rapper by night.
I mean, you got to do something to entertain yourself up there, and if it's not hockey, it's not just surviving another harsh year, getting blind drunk on that one day of the year where the sun doesn't go down.
Not to mention the high cost of food and living up there, and vampires. Not to mention, I was gonna say a high cost of living because food is more expensive.
High cost of living because there are vampires.
Right. It is literally costly to live because you have to fight off so many vampires. That garlic, those steaks don't come cheap up there.
No, the wood, you don't want to mess with that. It's practically permafrost all year round. The wood doesn't grow very fast. How many vamps you get in a steak? Not too many.
Those 24-hour nights, people just think, and those long days, they can grow big pumpkins up there. No. That's ample vampire time.
So this makes sense now. The grills they're on the front to vampires.
They're blending in.
We see your fanged teeth. Look at us. What do you see? You can't tell. It's a rainbow. You're confused.
Is it? Do I want gay pride in my mouth? Am I going to bite a vampire? Some sort of reverse vampire bite?
Yeah.
You bite a vampire with these grills in your mouth. It's sort of like a Care Bear stare. Lining with garlic, they won't know what hit them. That's the thing. Vampires are always looking to bite, but I don't know if they're ready to defend from the bite.
They're not watching to get bit.
Right. They don't think some human's going to leap out with some rainbow Skittle-ass grill in their mouth and give them a chomp. Even if this won't kill them, you'll just stun them for so long you can get away.
Yeah, you hop on your snowmobile.
If there's anything that I've learned from watching Vampire Diaries, WB's Vampire Diaries with my fiance, it's that even though vampires have super speed, they're too stupid to know how overpowered that is. Every single problem in that show could be solved if they watched a couple seasons of The Flash before they got into these predicaments. The MCU, Quicksilver died from bullets? That doesn't happen. If vampires knew how strong their super speed was, we'd be done. Especially in Alaska.
Oh, yeah. Our knees get cold. You gotta warm those suckers up.
Vampires don't get cold. Vampires are cold.
Like death.
Just like it, you might say. You got a review?
Yeah, as long as we're speaking of the undead. I have a Google review for AT&T Stadium. The little pin on the Google map is subtitled, Home Turf of the Dallas Cowboys.
Boo.
In case you didn't know. And Thomas writes this Google review from a year ago. Thomas writes, event staff and security are absolutely rude and disrespectful. I experienced 3 different staff members, ushers wearing suits with AT&T logo, that all had a bad attitude. We were there for a softball clinic put on by, quote, the package deal, which was great. The stadium had no concession stands or vending open. One of the ushers was on a power trip and wanted to control parents' ability to go downstairs to guide our children out, as well as going to the restroom and to the area to buy shirts. Not letting people enter a certain area is understandable. Being rude and not offering a different route or solution is uncalled for. I can't list all the specific incidents, but I won't go back to the stadium for any event, including football. In fact, I wouldn't go back there if they hosted the second coming of Christ. 1 star.
You gotta, come on. I'm no God-fearing Christian, but you gotta hold us some tickets for the second coming of Christ and you're not showing up? That doesn't seem realistic to me.
Yeah, this review was very, very bottom loaded. It was all leading to that last line.
It made me think of the security guard's perspective on the whole thing as well, but we'll get to that. Let's really unpack this Jesus situation here.
Okay, so for those of us who are aware what the second coming of Christ means, would you want to be there to see the end of the world, the end of everything?
Why not, dude? Thor Ragnarok's the best one.
That's true. That's a good flick. If it's like, if Jesus is there, like, hey, man, it's not my idea, but the big man says, next time I show up, I got to tear it all down.
I mean, I bet Jesus is going to give a sweet speech first, at least.
Yeah, you'd want to be in the crowd to hear that.
And if you're one of the sinners, because Jesus is going to show up, as far as my limited understanding, let me lay this out. You could please feel free to correct me.
I'll try.
Jesus is going to teleport in like he's fucking from the Star Trek, right?
Uh-huh.
He's going to teleport down. It's going to be in Cowboy Stadium, apparently.
Yes.
And everyone's got tickets. So they're flooding in, they're coming in. They got it on the big jumbo screens outside. We cut to New York. It's all in Times Square. It's on the TVs over there. Cut to Shibuya. The Shibuya crossing TVs are all full of everyone around the world is watching the J-Man, just like Kanye in Madison Square Garden. The whole world's tuning in, see what's going to happen here. And then he's going to give a sweet speech. I think that's a direct quote from the Bible. Jesus then giveth a sweetest speech. And then all the good people are teleported out. They get the reverse Star Trek. So if you're not a sinner, you get to see sweet speech and then get teleported out. I'd rather see the speech and get teleported than just get teleported. And if I'm a sinner, I want to be in a whole stadium of people and half of them get like Thanos teleported. Or just like a Thanos snap, except you're going to a good place. You just zoom up to the sky. I would want to see that as well. There's no scenario I don't want to go to this.
The more you talk about it, the more I like it. I want to know like what the pre-show warm up is. They got angels running around shooting T-shirts out. yeah, give me a shirt. Oh, sick man.
Every time a little kid catches a Kit Kat in the stands, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, they're just tossing candy and stuff.
With all those new people coming up to heaven during the second coming, they have to promote some angels. You know what I mean? They need some more supervisors up there.
Gotta organize this.
So they cut back the restrictions a little bit. Yeah, just make sure a kid catches a souvenir and we'll give you that halo.
All right.
Yeah, if that's what it's like, which, I have a college degree, so I'm pretty sure I was pretty spot on.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. And I mean, he's going to have sweet guest appearances.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Foo Fighters at halftime. And everyone's going to be like, oh, is that Dave Grohl on drums or is that Jesus? What's going on?
Let's do a little Harlem Globetrotters thing with Satan and some demons. Just dunk on him over and over. These jumps. Yeah. Holy power.
What are they selling for concessions there?
One other review, it wasn't even for a football game, but I don't know that they would change the prices depending on the event. My guess is they don't.
Like, I think Jesus is giving out some... It's probably just wine. He's turned all the taps.
But I can tell you, one of the pictures someone took, there was a cheeseburger for $22. Something tells me the J-Man isn't going to be charging those premium prices.
No, man. It's going to be fish and wine. That's all you can eat.
There's going to be fishing poles up there. Hey, I teach you to fish, you eat for days.
Yeah, and there'll just be a magical little stream running through the concessions in which you can fish.
Fillet of fish come right out of it.
So yeah, I don't know where she's coming from. She should definitely want to get on board with the second coming tickets here.
I'd go,
but to bring it back down to earth, pun intended, I suppose. The security guard, I'm guessing, this lady went up to him like he worked at the information desk, like he was a human GPS. And his job, all the boss said is, you stand here and no one gets past you.
Yeah, make sure kids don't run around.
Right. And he's
gonna be
got
a
to
lot of
listen to
kids.
this screaming. He's probably not making as much as he does during the season. You know, this guy's having a bad day, and you're trying to get to the freaking gift shop with a restricted route? Calm down.
Can't do that. You can't go there.
Absolutely not. We got anything else to say about Cowboy Stadium here?
Rotten hell.
Yeah.
Particularly after the second coming of Christ.
You don't have much of a choice
No.
at that point. If there's any football team that's going to hell, it's the Cowboys, if not the Patriots. I feel like if you're just counting the last 20 years, it's Patriots, but all-timer, it's Cowboys.
Past couple of months, the Texans haven't been great on handling some of their issues, but
what else is new?
we're losing our nerdy fans here. They're like, you guys talk about sports? What's going on?
Yeah, you guys watch a sports ball? That's
Sorry,
not our
guys,
brand.
you do.
Yeah. Let's try to think of a funny go-to-break transition.
We're going to recalibrate to our nerd selves.
See you after the break. Jesus. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs. Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt? On my body. Mine is at the store. That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop. Why stop there? Don't stop now. Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, neighbors, enemies, superheroes, crotch sniffers. I'm not going to leave you guys out. I know, you often get pushed to the side, but crotch sniffers, I see you. No demographic gets overlooked like those crotch sniffers. I recognize you, and your voice is heard. This one's for you. This is Upon Further Review. Back again, the segment where we take a look at things we think we know and discover how little we know about them in actuality, reality land. And that's how you grow up, folks. That's how you grow up. You live and you learn. And you're like, wow, I was a dummy 5 minutes ago. Now I'm slightly less dumb. I feel that every 5 minutes of my life. Hey, that means you're growing. Like a little piranha plant. You are open to new experiences and to change your mind, to have your mind and world changed. This week, we are looking at something that, I will be perfectly honest, I saw on TikTok. So maybe you did too, but if you're our audience, you don't even know what that is. If you do, you can find us on TikTok at reviewparty.com. Anyway, this seemed to have fit, like this is a sequel to an Upon Further Review we had in the past on the upper and lowercase letters, which we discovered were from the typographer's office, the typesetters, literally having their big letters, their minuscules, and their majuscules in upper and lower cases on their desks. Right, because the upper case is used less, so it was harder to reach. That's where the name comes from. Crazy. Today we're going to talk about something you and I know, and probably everyone else, the ampersand. The little didgeridoo-dah that means and for some reason. It means and. It comes from Latin, the Latin for et, which translates to and. I don't speak much Latin, but one thing I now know, et means and, as in et cetera means and cetera. Oh. I'm smarter than I was 5 minutes ago. Right? We are going and growing, and our brains are just we're gonna get stretch marks. So, and
The et was the symbol for and eventually over time it got written fancy, and that E and T morphed years and decades and centuries into the ampersand sign we know now. At the same time, and that symbol for and was included in the alphabet at the end, sort of as a pseudo 27th letter.
Ampersand. Look at you.
But here's the thing. It wasn't known as ampersand. It was just known as and. But how do you say and? That doesn't make sense because and is its own thing. How do you differentiate? And
Sure.
apparently what they used to do, and they would do this for other letters in the alphabet that could be used as words, such as A, I, and O, they would say A per se, A. So you know the phrase per se.
Per se.
Right. They would say A per se, A. And in Latin, per se means by itself. So A by itself, A. They would just make sure, you're not hearing the word A here. You're hearing the letter A here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the alphabet went. A per se A, B, C, D, E, F, and I per se I, J, K, A. At the end of the alphabet, it was X, Y, Z, and per se, and.
And per se, and per se. So Hodor style, there people are saying and per se, and ampersand, ampersand.
You got it, dude. By 1837, our quick talking, hey, let's get these words out fast, huh? We just crunched it down into ampersand.
Yeah, everyone turned into a Bugs Bunny villain around that time. And
Hey, this rabbit really eating up my profits.
This rabbit's really eating up my conjunctions here. See?
Yeah, so that is it. If you're interested, by all means, do further research, folks. But it's kind of a quick one today. Like I said, I saw it in a TikTok, so I went into much more detail than a TikTok gave me.
Yeah, TikTok, a minute. This segment, we're looking at 4 or 5 here.
4 or 5?
Who says TikTok's the next big thing? ReviewParty.com. Next big thing, baby. I'll leave that short and sweetie. Short and sweet. If you ever want to see the ampersand again, just hit Shift 7. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go to something else that is short and sweet and near and dear to my heart.
Oh?
I have an Amazon review here for Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak.
My guy.
The best children's book. Undisputed champion of kids' picture books for sure.
I don't know. I'm gonna wait to say what I... No, I'm not. Have you watched the cartoon? Not the movie, which is strange and touching in different ways, but the cartoon, the animated, Where the Wild Things Are?
It's like an older cartoon, right?
Yes.
Is it kind of like a motion storybook style?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay, because on the tape that I had, there was also included another great Maurice Sendak book to strange movie, which was In the Night Kitchen.
In the Night Kitchen. I have never heard of In the Night Kitchen.
Oh my goodness. It's about a little boy who's sleeping in his bed. He falls asleep and then drifts through his bed and sheets out of his clothes. So he's a little naked boy drifting through his house, and he's calling out, "Mama, Papa," as he's like sinking through the air like a leaf. And suddenly, bam, he's in the night kitchen. And there's these big fat chefs who look like Oliver Hardy with the big mustaches and faces, and they're making things in the night kitchen. And this jazzy music is playing, and they're dancing. And he puts milk in their batter, and they say, "Milk, milk, milk in the batter. We're all right. Nothing's the matter." And they bake him into a pie, but he's like, "Now this pie is my clothes," and he's flying an airplane.
So, at its heart, Where the Wild Things Are is sort of a PSA for kids that it's okay to get angry. It's okay to feel these emotions, right? I guess In the Night Kitchen, that's
it's okay
a PSA.
to get naked and Sorry, go on.
I think In the Night Kitchen is a PSA against marijuana cigarettes, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, probably don't be baking in the night kitchen. You'll wind up naked and covered in milk.
And wearing pie for clothes.
With all that said, please, everyone, YouTube The Night Kitchen, Maurice Sendak. And now, to the review.
Back to Where the Wild Things Are. This review is from Alice. Allis. Alice.
Oh.
That's
West Alice.
Exactly. We just revealed her first name. Don't want to dox her. She titles it Smells Bad. Story is, of course, awesome. This book stinks. We have had it for several months now, and it continues to smell bad, like fried onions, which is a great smell, but not on a book. No one likes reading it because no one can stand the smell. We even smell it from across the room. At least we always know where to find it. The story and the drawings are, of course, fantastic. It's just sad that the smell prevents my kids from liking it. 3 stars.
I have never heard of this issue. Like maybe a fresh children's book, it's all printed, so you get a little bit of the inky smell at first.
Sure, but the new book smell, whether it's good or not, it's good on nostalgia's sake for sure. I would wager.
Yeah. But fried onions, I'm glad that they were like, it's not a bad smell, just on a book. It's a bad smell.
Yeah, they must be from the Midwest.
Fried onions is not. Don't besmirch the smell of fried onions, please.
No Midwesterner would ever talk bad about some grilled onions, that is for sure. She instinctively, don't worry, I love onions. I'm from Minnesota, but, I don't want my book to be smelling like it.
That's true. You get on your hands, you're kissing your child goodnight. Like, Jesus, what the heck, little greasy-headed kid.
It's spreading. There is some sort of onion-smelling residue on this book that is so potent.
Someone pranked him.
Yeah, someone sprayed some of that prank fart smell inside the books at the Amazon warehouse before they sent it out.
If I worked in an Amazon warehouse, that's probably what I would do too.
It makes me think of so episode 69. Let's go full juvenile. The phenomenon of farting in a jar and for later. Some disgruntled Amazon employee, and I'm not. I'm on their side, right? Class solidarity. They're like, right. Screw these kids and their stupid storybooks I've been packing all day. And he farted in the Amazon pack, sealed that up, and this book marinated like a slow cooked brisket in this fart.
Okay, so you're saying he just farted in, the sealed envelope, the plastic Amazon. I was picturing farting into the book and pressing it like a leaf for later. like your aunt style. When scrapbooking. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, hold it. Press it tight. Press it tight. It's got to dry out in there.
Yeah. And that's fine. If you're an Amazon employee, that's your right.
The kids turn to the Wild Rumpus page and just a skull-shaped poison gas cloud floats slowly out of the pages.
That is a Wild Rumpus.
Yeah, nothing says Wild Rumpus quite like the smell of fried onions.
The kid just gets knocked out. Oh, he fell asleep reading.
Oh, I wanted to show him the end. Maybe next time. And then, no, I don't want to read that book, Mommy. I don't want to read that book.
That book stinks.
That book stinks, literally, but not figuratively. As Alice respectfully said in the review.
I don't know. The best advice I can give is put it outside. They do that for clothes. You get all sorts of scents out of your clothes. You buy a used sweater, It's a little smoky, hanging outside. Let Mother Nature do the hard work.
My Where the Wild Things book is sort of like the family dog. You just gotta put him outside sometimes, you know.
He's a little stinky. Put him outside.
He's a little stinky. I don't have time for a bath right now where the wild things are. I'm just gonna put you outside. I apologize.
You put it next to the grill, the onions fit right in.
Oh, no. I would send this to a lab if I was them. Just out of pure curiosity, I gotta know what's on these pages. And if the results come back, you know, a disgruntled worker fart marinade, at least I can rest easy.
Yeah, at least you know.
At least I know. At least I can then tell Amazon, hey, I don't want you to look into who farted in this book. I understand. I've had bad days at work too. I just want another one, okay, guys? Fart free this time. You got a review, my man?
All right, I have a review to keep things moving. Maybe get our appetite back just ever so slightly, because this is a review for the Dairy Queen Treat restaurant in my hometown, written by PDG. And PDG writes, $8 for 2 peasant-sized ice creams that tasted like poorly mixed Nesquik. It's been 3 weeks and I haven't accepted the fact I feel robbed. 2 stars.
Bro, get over it. Move on with your life, dude.
Can you imagine just...
And who held him at gunpoint and made him buy these small ice creams? I am 100% positive that the prices are prominently displayed.
Yeah, I'd have to go check what he's getting 2 for $8. Like, buddy, just get yourself a kid's meal. You can get your money's worth with a kid's meal. I tell you what.
I've gotten over relationships faster than this guy got over his freaking blizzards. It's less than $10, dude. Are you okay? I'm worried about this.
I feel robbed. Yeah, that is. It's like a relationship. He's just, no, something just isn't right about this.
When the 15-year-old who mixed his blizzard handed him back and flipped it upside down, and in their other hand was a gun, which they held at this particular Dairy Queen to make sure that you enjoy these products.
Take it, sucker.
I feel like I was mugged. 2 girls in black hats that say Dairy Queen on them came up to an alley, beat the shit out of him, and made him buy 2 ice cream, 2 blizzards.
Don't walk on Orange Julius's block again.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a sad part of inflation in the world right now. Man, milk's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, them udders don't vent themselves. That's premium.
Yeah, you gotta get Bessie cold.
Yeah. And plus, you know, your chocolate ice cream just tasted like half-mixed Nesquik. Maybe the chocolate cow wasn't feeling that good that day, okay?
We all have off days.
We all have off days. That's what we're trying to explain here, all right? Class solidarity with my chocolate cow workers. They don't have a union, dude. Lay off. Neither do these Dairy Queen workers half mixing your blizzards.
Yeah. The whole thing, they are. You know, they're high schoolers. This is their first job.
Sure.
And you're thinking about the transaction weeks later.
It's so... That's the problem with America today. To be honest with you. I got, you know, you brought a problem. I brought a solution.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with the review. That was just a great segue. This is a review from Amazon for Fruit Shoot I thought it said 1.0. Fruit Shoot, 10-ounce bottles packed berry burst flavor, 24 count. This is just some kind of juicy juice, bug juice type offshoot. Yeah, looks delicious. Amazon customer disagrees. They title it Gross Tasting Liquid. Sold as strawberry and raspberry. However, the liquid is clear sugar water with artificial flavoring. The bottle are red plastic, so you think that you're getting actual berry juice. It really upsets me. The level of deceit used in the marketing of this product. I had no idea how awful this would taste. After all, strawberries and raspberries taste good, but not this stuff. 1 star.
This dude got robbed.
No, yeah, that Dairy Queen person who knowingly paid $8, you know, who was never deceived in any part of the transaction and yet was upset about it, not robbed. This person who bought a bottle that is colored red so the juice inside looks like juice?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Robbed.
Do you think it just tastes like I don't even know what the brand name is, the carbonated, knockoff. I don't know that there's a name brand for this product, but the seltzery fruit flavored water stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That everyone's grandma had.
I know exactly what you're talking. It would have some name like Gem or something.
Yeah, crystal fruit.
Yeah, not Crystal Light, carbonated, but sort of in that same vein. I imagine this is sort of just a Capri Sun offshoot in a bottle instead of a pouch, because that's clear as well, right? I'm looking at this fruit shoot right here. I tell you what, boy.
These are colored bottles. There's... What? Oh, no.
Them colored bottles is more deceiving than a raccoon with no stripes, I tell you what.
Oh my goodness. I clicked the first Google image that was there because there's this little, like, Matilda looking girl.
Okay.
Holding, just very, very stoically holding a bottle of fruit shoot next to her face. I have this from multiple news sources. Fruit shoot warning after schoolgirl rushed to hospital with burning throat after drinking oven cleaner tasting juice.
Whoa!
It may have been contaminated with penicillin-type mold.
Oh, no.
She had consumed only several mouthfuls when she realized something was wrong. And they had a multi-pack of 48. Wow.
At least this girl got her chug on before things went south. It sounds like there were some moments of enjoyment before disaster struck.
Disaster struck, burning throat sickness, and the English spelling of diarrhea, because I'm on an English news website. If you think diarrhea is ugly, just look up how the Brits spell it. Whoa.
I know I'll be enraged. When I see the word color with a U in it, I just I'm ready to throw whole barrels of tea in the river, boy.
I just read mold with a U in it, and I'm like, oh, this
mold.
Is wild.
British people don't get mold, they get mold. That's why this girl almost got rocked by this fruit shoot. That's not regular old mold. That's some British mold.
Mold.
Mold. Some British mold. Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, watch out for the fruit shoot.
Don't shoot up any fruit shoot, if you're looking. So, but I guess before we scrap up here, one, most people would like if there's no colors in their drink, because that means there's no artificial coloring.
Yes, chemicals. Red Lake number 6, that garbage.
Yeah, I would prefer number 7 myself. One of their little marketing ads here, or slides here, says, real fruit in every drop contains 10% juice. That's one of those, can't argue with you there, I guess.
Yeah.
Fruit shoot, and the picture is a green apple reading a book.
Question, is this fruit shoot like shoot 'em up?
It's spelled like shoot 'em up.
Okay. Because I Googled fruit shoot like Chutes and Ladders, and there is a product of that name, but the news article was about fruit shoot 'em up. Don't shoot it down your throat.
This is a weird spelling rabbit hole we've fallen down.
Ugh.
And you know what kind of rabbit hole I prefer? It's a bit of a plug rabbit hole.
Let's dig deep.
Let's plug up that rabbit hole Elmer Fudd style. We'll smoke Bugs Bunny on out. Hey, we're at the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for making it. Appreciate ya. I had a lot of fun. This episode flew by. The recording did anyway.
Yes, it did.
The listening, I hope it's the same. I hope it was the same sort of experience. I hope our wonderful fun translated into wonderful fun for you is what I'm trying to say. And if you want to have some more wonderful fun with us, why don't you check out a new episode of ReviewParty.com every Tuesday, Reviews Day. That's right, every Tuesday morning there will be a beautiful new episode of ReviewParty.com waiting for you in your podcast hopper of choice. And it will be delicious, nutritious. And if you want to be featured in any one of those episodes, send us a review to reviewparty.com@gmail.com. It can be from Amazon, Google, Target. We featured all kinds of different ones in this episode. Any place you see a review on the internet, we'd love to see it if it's wacky, just like Helga Pataki.
And if you want to be wacky with us, because we're wacky all of the time, you can interact with us. Here's a little secret. I'll tell you all the ways you can interact with us. You can do it on Instagram or TikTok @reviewparty.com, on Twitter @reviewpartypod. Send us things there. It's a total blast. Like us there, unfollow, and then follow us, and we'll be like, oh, hi, look at that.
That's weird. We recognize you. We followed before, wonder why you left.
You can interact, like I could just say right now in the episode, you're looking good, aren't you? And you can respond, you're looking good, aren't you? Or you can go to reviewparty.com. Just check out all the episodes, check out the shop, check out the blog. Did you know we write a blog every single week still? And it's there for you, for your enjoyment, and random people in Germany and Nigeria as well. Well, it's there.
Yeah, a little known fact about reviewparty.com. It's low-key popping off in India. What's up, India? And of course, the aforementioned email, reviewparty.com@gmail.com, that's wide open for whatever you want to send us. Comments, kisses, reviews, as I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt mentioned social media. It is firing on all cylinders lately, people. We aren't pulling no punches on any of the pages. So please, any likes, any follows on those pages is it's such a small thing to do. Type that into the old Instagram and hit follow, but it's such a big help to us as we try and wrangle the modern internet algorithm beast to our mercy. It's not easy, people. And hey, thanks to our buddies, the Nosebleeds, for letting us use their jam, Bread for Breakfast. You can find more great tunes by them on Spotify. Just search Nosebleeds, one word. And their record label mates just dropped a bangin' new single. If you want to hear that, if you want to hear some awesome Midwest pop punks angst, look up Honey Creek, their song Midwest Summer. It's not a miss, as none of Honey Creek or Nosebleeds are. Thumbs Up Records doing crazy things. Shout out. I got a review to finish us out here, though, Matt.
Take us out, boy.
This review is for the 2008 movie Teeth. Some of you may know it as the movie about the girl with the fangs in her no-no. This customer review is written by Quiet Guy. He titles it,
Oh, poor guy.
Can you spell S-I-C-K? The review reads, makes the guys want to go, ew! 1 star.
And by guys, he means all of his, quote, action figures.
Guys, we don't have to keep watching this one. I know it's freaking you out. Don't worry, Godzilla. We can turn it off.
I promise I wasn't expecting this.